What if Get Out wasn't just a movie? What if it was a warning? Not about one family, not about hypnosis, but about how power survives by hiding behind other people's faces. This video is not a statement of fact, it's a theory, a symbolic, opinion-based interpretation inspired by Jordan Peele's Get Out. But once you start viewing Hollywood through this lens, a lot of things begin to feel disturbingly familiar. In Get Out, the Sunken Place isn't death, it's worse. You're alive, you're visible. People can see your face, hear your voice, recognize your body, but you're no longer in control. Your consciousness is pushed away while someone else pilots your life. Jordan Peele described the Sunken Place as powerlessness, watching yourself exist without agency. Now take that concept and remove the horror movie framing. Where else do you see people who appear powerful, rich, influential, yet behave in ways that feel disconnected from morality, restraint, and consequence?
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, like, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right?
Yeah.
I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really? What's the crazy part, really? They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
Get Out wasn't subtle. The auction scene, the politeness masking violence, the obsession with black bodies but not black humanity. This wasn't just about race. It was about ownership, about how systems don't need to look evil to be evil. They just need access. And historically, black entertainers have always been granted access, but rarely control.
Who we seen Jay close to? Harvey Weinstein, right? Him and Harvey Weinstein got, Harvey Weinstein has Jay-Z's rights for television and movies. You knew that?
No, I was
Jay-Z sold his life rights to Harvey Weinstein.
So, I don't think Jay has been secretive about him being just the ultimate capitalist. But you think it's deeper than just money?
Yeah, because he signed up for something that he can't get out of.
Now here's where the theory begins. This is not literal brain transplants. This is symbolic. What if the modern Sunken Place is where an entertainer becomes so powerful, so protected, so insulated that they no longer operate as an individual, but as a vessel, a brand, an institution, a shield, a familiar face that absorbs blame while something larger remains untouched. A vessel doesn't need to be evil, it needs to be useful. So this is where things start to get really interesting. In this next clip, the psychic Sloan Bella is doing an energy reading on Jay-Z, but listen closely to what she describes, because what she's saying sounds very similar to the concept of the Sunken Place in the movie Get Out. The idea of someone else controlling the body while the real person is pushed into the background. Pay attention to how she explains it.
Towards the controlling of the human mindset. He has allowed portions of what he chooses to do in his life into a consciousness center where people can tap into being him. So it's almost a robotic stance where you yourself can put the goggles on and learn how to live Jay-Z's life. He's agreed to do this. So he's kind of a captive, but in a public form, and has no cognitive or conscious awareness of this. That's a weird thing to say, but that's just the way, that's the energy I'm picking up on. No conscious awareness of what's going on around him.
Someone else looking through your eyes, living your life while you're still in there but can't control anything. That's not just a psychic reading, that's the Sunken Place. In Get Out, one of the most unsettling characters isn't a villain. It's the groundsman, On the surface, he appears calm, polite, integrated. He works the land, he moves freely, he doesn't resist. But slowly you realize something is wrong. His body is present, but the decisions are not his own. He's really the grandfather. He exists as proof that the system is fair, as evidence that nothing is wrong, and that's what makes him dangerous. Now that is where Jay-Z enters. In modern Hollywood, Jay-Z occupies a similar symbolic position, not as a victim, not as a villain, but as a figure of proximity. He is one of the most powerful Black entertainers in history. Billionaire status, boardroom access, cultural immunity, which raises an uncomfortable question. If exploitation exists in these spaces, how far can someone be to power without seeing it? Jay-Z is not portrayed as someone trapped in the sunken place. He is portrayed as someone close enough to the control room to know how it works. And in systems like these, silence is not absence, it's alignment. When people say they sold their soul, I don't hear superstition. I hear loss of anatomy, moral compromise, silence in exchange for protection, access in exchange for obedience. In Get Out, the victims weren't killed, they were repurposed. Their talent stayed, their body stayed, their cultural presence stayed, but their agency disappeared. Every time a major Hollywood scandal erupts, the story is framed as a lone monster, personal demons, a shocking fall from grace. But the surrounding systems, the enablers, the people who stayed silent for decades, they are replaced by more comfortable faces, just like in Get Out, where everyone smiles, nods, and pretends like nothing is wrong. If you were an elite power structure, ask yourself, would you want your name attached to exploitation? Or would you rather operate through someone else's image? A beloved entertainer is the perfect disguise. Highly visible, emotionally charged, culturally defended, easily sacrificed when needed. When things collapse, the vessel takes the fall. The system survives.
All right, so we're here in Hollywood Boulevard. There goes Jimmy Kimmel Live, right? But look at the top of the building. Look what it says. Freemasonry builds its temples among the nations and in the hearts of men. Look at this. This is no other than Hollywood Boulevard. But look, the Jimmy Kimmel Live building is a Freemasonry building. I'm telling y'all, man, Hollywood is filled with Freemasonry, sex trafficking, cults. It's crazy. They made sure to make Jimmy Kimmel Live right here in this building. Y'all know what this means, man. Just like all the rest of these crazy, creepy places. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that.
The auction scene in Get Out wasn't just metaphorical fluff. It was the point. That's how power works. Quietly, legally, with smiles. Hollywood doesn't just celebrate talent, it owns narratives. And once something is owned, it can be controlled or discarded. This theory often makes people feel uncomfortable because it challenges the idea that success equals freedom. It suggests that some people don't rise, they're selected. It forces us to consider that the most horrifying actions may not come from unchecked individuals, but from systems that reward silence, excess, and dehumanization. It's easier to believe in villains than to comfort infrastructure. Get Out ends with an escape, but not everyone escapes. Some people stay in the sunken place, performing, creating, smiling, distracting, while something else drives. So no, this isn't about literal brain transplants. It's about power wearing familiar faces. If Get Out was just a movie, why does it explain so much? This is just a theory. But sometimes the scariest fiction is the kind that mirrors reality a little too well. If Get Out was only fiction, it wouldn't map so cleanly onto real power. This isn't about brain transplants. It's about proximity, silence, the cost of access. Because the scariest part of the sunken place isn't falling into it. It's realizing who never had to.
And your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration.
You know what? This is the labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
When can I ask about mass incarceration? Do you think the movement is? In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration.
You know what? This is the labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend.